'cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, 'cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, 'cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, 'cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, 'cause I'm coming in.
We're there, folks, deep in the red zone, deep in the red hot zone.
Touchdown! Let's go!
'Cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, 'cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, 'cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, 'cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, 'cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, 'cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, 'cause I'm coming in.
We're there, folks, deep in the red zone, deep in the red hot zone.
Touchdown! Let's go!
'Cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, 'cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, 'cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, 'cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, 'cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, 'cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, 'cause I'm coming in.
We're there, folks, deep in the red zone, deep in the red hot zone.
Touchdown! Let's go!
'Cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, 'cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, 'cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, 'cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, 'cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, 'cause I'm coming in.
We're there, folks, deep in the red zone, deep in the red hot zone.
Touchdown. Let's
The following is a live presentation of TPC Sports.
Hello, folks. My name is Monkey Work, and we are here this evening to watch Game 1 of a doubleheader in the Tornado Tournament semifinals. Game 1 here is between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Boston Bruins. I'm joined by Colby. Colby, how you doing this evening?
Couldn't be more stoked tonight, Kevin. We've got two huge names here in the TPCHL going at it tonight in the semis, and can't wait to see what the result's going to be. I think it's going to be battle of the defense tonight, brother.
Yeah, I think so. We've got two very, very good... Oh, 1 second. I think we may be taking a quick pause on this one. Some technical difficulties have come up.
Yeah, I got a black screen.
Yep. I think there was a broadcast issue there.
Yeah, I see Brian's stream, no problem, but it's...
Yeah, it didn't get transferred over. So we'll just pause for a second here. I'm sure they'll be restarting this shortly.
Why'd he quit the game?
So we are just firing back up here, I believe, from the looks of it.
Looks like I see it now.
And we'll restart that opening here in just a moment. But yeah, we've got two games back to back tonight. The first game here with Boston and Toronto, followed by the Predators and the Bolts be coming up right afterwards. And the winner of both these games are going to the final, and one of them will be crowned the Tornado champion.
First ever lineal Tornado Championship. Should be interesting. We've got some monster monster matchups here tonight. It's offense against offense and defense against defense tonight. So it's really going to be interesting to see what we get. So no matter what, in the final, we're going to get an offensive versus defensive game. So pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, I agree. I think tonight on the first game here, you're going to see some really strict sim hockey, a lot of great defensive play. And then the second game, if their previous games have been anything to indicate it, it'll be an all-out offensive battle. So we're ready for the puck drop, and here we go.
That's right. Puck drop 2.0 here, Kevin. Let's see what is going to happen.
Oh, we get a nice little spin move right off the bat from Boston after winning that draw. Coming in. Oh, and an early goal. We were talking about defense. They may be starting this off with an offensive juggernaut. We were, 15 seconds into the game here?
Yeah, very surprising. But, I mean, this tournament, we've seen a lot of these goals very, very quick off the start. So I can't say that I'm surprised, but at the same time, it's a little bit shocking and still jarring to see. And quite a shot there, almost from mid-range.
Yeah, Bergeron didn't have a whole lot of room. He was almost like redirecting that more than shooting it, but just a little bit of a swing there and right in past Freddie. Boston up to an early 1-0 lead.
You wonder if Fred Anderson was able to track that, and just that Bergeron gave it enough of a tip to slip through his pads.
We got a little bit of a line change coming up here. Toronto's making a quick change to their lines.
Yeah, they're not liking something here. They're not impressed with what just happened there. You know, Langelo's definitely going to be taking this to the drawing board and trying to figure something out, trying to get these guys back in sync here.
Yeah, I mean, this Tornado Championship is really interesting. It's going to bring a lot of tension to every game, make every game matter. If you've got a chance to win that and carry it throughout the season, it's going to add a lot of pressure to your games. So we're restarting here, and next face-off comes out. Boston again wins it, and right back into the Toronto zone.
Ooh.
Freddie with a big save right there. Boston's still holding on control. Freddie's going to... Oh, he's not going to freeze. He passes it out. And Toronto's going to try to get out of this zone and get some of the pressure off of them. Marner coming in. Oh, quick shot from Marner. Just missed that top corner. Boston carries it back. Big hit. Oh, he's down, and we're going to have a fight right off the bat. Bergeron and Barry.
Yeah, this is what the folks love to see. With that big hit, you know, it looks like they definitely took some liberties there, and they want to try to get some payback. But pretty good tilt so far between Bergeron and Barry here.
Yeah, I don't know if which team actually really wants this trade-off. Bergeron going off the ice for a 5-minute on a fight? I don't know, but they're going back and forth. And I think Bergeron's going to go down first. He does.
Oof.
Toronto's getting a little bit of the energy boost back into them. They lose Barry for a little bit, but more importantly, I think Boston loses Bergeron. And hopefully let's get some life back into the Leafs.
Yeah, we see that big, huge hit there by Barry. Bergeron took, took some liberties with that, didn't like the hit, and there you see it. Barry drops Bergeron. Not something that Boston really wanted, but at the same... it looks like Bergeron got pretty knocked up from that one, too.
Yeah, Pasternak looked like he took that hit pretty rough as well, so we'll see if he comes back into the game as well. Tavares set to take the next face off here and see if they can get into the zone and make something happen. Crossing into the line.
Ooh.
Oh, Boston picks that off. That was a nice little defensive play right there. And just like that, we're back into it. Oh, no. May have an odd man rush. No, everybody's back. Working to the point. Nicely done. Big shot for a tip, and Freddie came up big on that save. And Toronto regains possession here in the defensive zone. Manages to break it out. Skates up the ice. And just working it around, but picked off again. Another pass picked off. And Boston comes in on a breakaway. Works around Freddie, and just a little bit off on that shot. That one looked like they had him moving. And we've got an offside.
You know, so far here, Kevin, I've seen a lot of really good defense by Boston in their own zone, making sure that the Leafs don't get quality shots on net, taking the puck away when necessary, battling it out in the neutral zone. Really impressive play by Boston in their own zone so far.
Yeah, they've been able to see the passes coming, pick them off, and just keep Toronto from getting any sort of a rhythm going. Be interesting to see how Toronto responds here over time. They're going to have to switch something up to get Boston off their game.
You got to believe Langel's sitting and thinking at the same time what he could do to try better his chances on offense, because obviously that's the only way he's going to win this game.
Yeah, I think if you look at this right now, laid down that big hit there. We got an odd man rush coming back. Can he block it off? Oh, we've got a tripping call. Reached for that puck and unfortunately hit a skate. It's one of those penalties that just comes with this game. They almost should rename that button to the penalty button on the controller.
Pretty well. Let's take a look here. Yeah, it's a tripping call for sure. Yeah, there goes Justin Hull in the old box for a solid 2 minutes for tripping. Now Boston goes on the power play. Let's see what they can do here and try and extend that lead.
Big face off. Boston comes away with it. Works back to the point. And Toronto almost was able to get control of the puck. Boston retains it. Back out. Freddie smothers it up, and we have another face off.
Smart move there by Fred Anderson. He was surrounded by white shirts. No Toronto Maple Leafs anywhere near the puck, so very smart move there by covering it up and waiting for the face-off.
Yeah, both these teams coming into this game, coming off really tight games previously. So I don't expect we're going to see a blowout in any direction, but it'll be interesting to see if they can tighten it back up and reset. We are still very early in this game. Got to remember, too, that first goal came so quick, and Toronto's just getting this puck deeper into the zone, killing some time off the penalty. Almost had an opportunity there to get that across crease.
Yeah, very surprising too. Toronto's seemingly a little bit more aggressive than you normally see them on the odd man rush, or excuse me, on the penalty kill.
Yeah, I think it was just a case of they didn't feel any pressure coming at them, so they thought they could work it up the ice a little bit. And when Boston didn't engage, they figured they'd take a shot. Almost worked out for them.
Yeah, you got to take your shots when you can get them. especially
Big
against
face-off
Boston.
win. Blasted.
Ooh.
Boston had all the people in front, though. Big wall of white shirts. Toronto retreats back to cover off this power play. It still has 5 seconds left in here now. Looks like Toronto has killed it off. Oh, but just as the penalty ends, Boston gets that second goal. I think that went 5-hole on Freddie.
Yeah, let's take a look at the replay here. Jake Dubrisk with a beauty of a goal, a feed from Marchand. So you see there's Marchand in the center, right over to Dubrick, and he just shoots that. Looks like he got a bit of the top shelf on him there on his blocker side by the looks of it.
Yeah, whenever I was looking at it from behind, it looked like it went 5-hole, but you're right. That went high, right over his shoulder. Freddie was moving over. He saw it coming.
That was on his glove side. Yeah, he seen it coming, but maybe he didn't have it tracked quite right. Either way, Boston goes up 2-0.
Yeah, we're still early in the first period. Hopefully, the Leafs can start coming back. This is kind of like the snake-bitten game, though, historically, between Toronto and Boston. As a long-time Toronto fan, I know the frustration that can come whenever Boston starts beating up on you. Hopefully, Langell can calm it down and bring this back. Oh! And another one. The passing of Boston right now is just on point. Every time they get close to the net, they're making smart, short passes and just blasting it past Freddie Anderson.
Yeah, Brandon Carlo there. Beautiful little give and go in the front of the net, almost across creaser, but way out front. And just like that, buries it deep, and now they're up 3-0. Not looking good for the Leafs right now.
No, but unfortunately, in a way, this lead's coming so early. Boston's got to be careful not to get complacent with the lead and keep the pressure on. All it takes is one goal to switch the momentum up in this game. Oh! Now that is maybe... Yeah, that may be enough to make those teams really want to get back to the dressing room real quick.
Wow. Joachim Nordstrom with a beauty goal there. You can see it starts from behind the net. He's out front, cross crease over, boom. And just like that, Boston goes up 4-0. We thought we were going to see a defensive juggernaut of a game here, but so far, Boston's put on an offensive clinic.
Yeah, if you enjoy goals, so far this game is delivering. And later on this evening, we've got another game that should also deliver on the goals.
Absolutely. At this point, the Leafs just desperately want this to get over with and go to the dressing room and try to come up with a game plan for the remaining 2 periods.
Yeah, I agree. Boston right back onto the attack, though. They're not giving them any space to try to regroup. Freddie Anderson's just going to freeze that up, try to slow the pace back down a little bit. The Leafs want to grind us down, get back to their game.
And, a lot of people would be quick to blame the goalie for these goals. I don't think any of these were really Fred Anderson's fault. If you take a look at all these goals, what do you see around the net? A ton of white shirts. It's not his fault.
Yeah, it's easy in the NHL series here to select a player and you end up pulling him away from the middle of the ice. And once you leave that middle of the ice area open right in front of the net, those passes are just brutal. Again, one player down, 2 white shirts around the net. Had that puck come out, that's not good odds if you're the Leafs.
Absolutely not. And Fred Anderson, playing the best game that he could possibly play here. Very, very scary for him. He's just getting shellacked this period.
But this is a fantastic game if you're a fan. I mean, you already got a fight in. You got 4 goals. Got some high-paced play. And that one was a very close offside as they're coming in there.
Yeah, it looks like that was offside with Spezza, of all people.
That is a player that I truly, truly hope the Leafs re-sign again for next season.
Yeah, he's a great asset and, a veteran presence on the team that's fairly young.
Yeah, he's veteran presence, and you can just tell he enjoys being in that room. Oh, Boston again. I thought that went for a moment. Quick pass out from the goalie. And Toronto's looking a little bit shaky at the moment. Managed to break it out. 1 Leaf versus 3 Bruins. They get into the zone deep, take a quick shot on Rask, and it doesn't go in. Rask quickly passes it out, keeps the flow of play going. Boston with some fantastic work to get that puck away from the forecheck of the Leafs here. And they calmly break out of their zone and start an offensive attack of their own. Spinorama shoot on Anderson, and Anderson, again, passes it out. They don't want to have whistles, apparently. And the Leafs control it in their defensive zone, and look like they're going to get it out somewhat cleanly. They probably need a line change, though.
Yeah, I imagine those guys are getting pretty gassed right now, but oh wow.
Almost a cross-crease pass working out for the Leafs there, but not quite. Back to the point, rips it,
Ooh.
bounces off somebody. Oh, and the rebound was there. Rask covers it up and gets it back out to a defensive player.
Carlo almost put that in his own net.
Yeah, linesman got in the way there. Boston had to retreat back to their own zone. They push into the offensive zone and just slowly working around. See how he was just able to sit there and dangle the Leaf player in front of him?
Pretty incredible here, just to see the amount of, Rask hasn't had a whole lot of shots on him tonight, but when he's been called upon, he's been fantastic.
Yeah, it's definitely an area that needs to be improved. I'm sure when we see the stats here at the end of the period, the shot total is going to be probably pretty indicative of the score. Toronto comes in, riffs one wide and high of the net, and we just dump it back down to end the period. And that's the first in the books. Boston is up 4-0 in a game that we thought was going to be a defensive, slower-paced game.
Yeah, very surprising first period there. I never in a million years would I have thought that one team would be up 4-0 at this point. Maybe 4 goals being scored in a period, but never Boston going up 4-0. Now, Leafs going back here, this is where they need to regroup. They can't let themselves down. Obviously, it can be done. You can score 4 goals in a period to tie this back up and make this game winnable for the Toronto Maple Leafs, but they got an uphill battle to do. But until then, we're going to look at some stats here.
Yeah, I think the Leafs got to get their offense driven out of their defense here. If you look at that shot total, they're just getting hammered there, and the time on attack also tells a tale.
Mm-hmm. The passing is pretty close to being even, though it is in Toronto's favor. Your face-offs are dead even right now. Penalty minutes, looking pretty good. Boston is 0 for 1 on the power play right now. However, their first goal did come shortly after.
That was their second goal, actually. Yeah.
Goal. Yes, you're right. Second goal came shortly after. But, ladies and gentlemen, if you're enjoying all this, make sure you go and like us on Facebook. That's TP Sports Live on Facebook for all your wonderful TPCHL and TPCFL needs.
Yeah, you can also find us on Mixer, Twitch, and YouTube as well. All the games are there, and there is a lot of games happening. We got a full schedule tonight. Like I said, after this game, we have another hockey game, followed quickly by a NFL game, I believe, between the 49ers and the Ravens.
Yeah,
so if you enjoy sports, tonight's a good night to be on TPC.
That's right. TP Sports is where it's at. No other place has sports right now.
Boston's controlling the puck here in their defensive zone. Head no pressure. Goalie passes out. Chara moves it up, and we're back into the defensive zone. Neutral zone. Toronto gathers the puck and brings it into the offensive zone. Quick little moves. Puck's bouncing around. Oh! A cheeky little shot from behind the net. Goes off Rask's leg, but manages to stay out of the net.
Almost like you tried to do a little bank shot there off of Rask's butt.
Yeah. And I think that's going to go for icing, and we'll have a face-off down the Toronto zone.
Yeah, but Toronto coming out very aggressive this period. They are laying the body to Boston so far, as well as they've got some decent shots on net. They got to keep this momentum up, though, and they really got to start sticking it to Boston.
Yeah, I agree. Face-off won so cleanly by Boston. It goes all the way back to Rask. They break it back out to the neutral zone and into the offensive zone. Toronto is trying desperately to keep them from being able to set up a passing play. Could have a break here. Nylander's coming up and wasn't able to quite get in there, odd man, but he has control of the puck. Tried to pass right across the ice, and that was picked off. Boston's coming back into the Toronto zone. They've got pretty much a full set of players in here, and they're just working the puck around, able to pass through the seams. Toronto isn't able to pick these off, and they desperately need to. Toronto clears the zone, and we're coming back in for another chance, but it's offside. We're going to get a line change in here.
Yeah, the Leafs definitely a lot more aggressive this period, but Boston just showing still the dominance in the neutral zone that they've been showing all game thus far.
Toronto wins the face-off, and let's see if we can get just a step offside. He tried to turn to avoid the hit or the poke check that was coming and put his player offside. We get another redo at this face-off.
Yeah, I'd almost say it was very, very close to call there.
John Tavares wins the face-off, but as it comes into the zone, it's picked by Boston and just barely comes out. That could have been an interesting play had that been onside.
Oh, absolutely. You had a guy from at least just there ready to set something up and do a close shot on the net.
Faceoffs were dead even in the stats at the end of the first, and it seems to be carrying true here in the second. So no team's really getting the big advantage off the draws. All the advantages coming on how they control the puck, especially here in the zone. Boston's been excellent at just picking little seams to get the passes through. Toronto trying to do some figure skating as they come out of the zone here. And just skates right into 4 Boston players. That's not going to get you anywhere, unfortunately. Boston back into the Toronto zone. Looks, spins, and
Oh,
we've got a penalty. I think Boston's going to the box for this one. Oh, actually, sorry, no, Toronto's going to the
yeah,
box.
Toronto's going. It looks like Hall's going back to the box. Let's see. It looks like they got him for a hook. And
Yeah, right there.
it's a little bit sketchy, but they're going to call him for hooking. There goes Justin Hall. He's 2 minutes riding the Pine Pony.
Yeah, you get to stick off the ice and get it into somebody's hands, and especially if it's going to impact an ongoing play, refs are going to call that every single time.
Absolutely.
Face-offs won by Toronto. They're going to try to get this out of the zone quickly, I'm sure. Oh, they're picked off. Big shot from the point. Boston wasn't able to capitalize on that, but that was a dangerous situation. You want to dump that puck out as soon as you can. Boston again. This is dangerous. Oh, I thought that was going to be a quick pass. Dumped out of the zone around the boards. Give those penalty killers a little bit of a breather. You are right. Toronto is very aggressive with the hits. They've been right into Boston's face this period.
Yeah, I would imagine that this in between the second and third, Boston's going to be utilizing the ice packs.
Yeah. Boston hasn't really gone into a defensive shell though. They're still pushing. They're still being aggressive. Oh, that was a bad pass out by Freddie there. They'll be lucky if that doesn't burn them. Let's see if they can get out of the zone.
Yeah, very surprising plays here by Toronto. Not something you normally see them pass out a lot when they could cover and wait for a whistle, but
Dump in. That was a nice dump in. They get back into the puck first. Oh, just nobody in front of the net as they bring that out front. That would have been a pretty play.
maybe
Quick
it should be, but it just seems like every time that Toronto player, you got one guy going in deep, and then you got everybody else sitting in mid neutral, mid zone. There's nobody back there to help them.
Yeah, it's a lot of one and dones. They're not getting a lot of room to pass it or work it in the offensive zone. So they're getting one guy in. He manages to make a rush for the net. If Rask makes that save, the play is over. So yeah, I agree. They've got to get more guys crashing in on Rask, get a dirty rebound, something, anything to get the team feeling a little bit more confident in themselves.
Yeah, they got to get at least one goal this period. You would think, just to raise morale a little bit.
Yeah, you can see that there's a little bit of panic there. Those passes are way further off than they would be normally. Toronto needs to take a quick breath and reset themselves here. Boston back into the zone.
Phew.
Big smash from almost a face-off dot there. Oh, they give it up again. They're going to come right back and watch for this full pass. I can see that one coming. Just missed out of the zone. Toronto gets a little bit of a break there. Oh, look at this. We could have... Oh, he just lost it. They had almost a good chance at a 3-on-2 there. Toronto works it through the neutral zone, breaks into the offensive zone. But Boston, again, just smothers them. Not able to get any movement in there at all.
Meter doesn't even need to score again in this game. He's got such a healthy lead right now. It's just incredible. So he can go in, play extremely good defensive hockey, and then just make the Leafs almost flounder on land here.
Yeah. Toronto, though, working it in, getting a little bit more passing. Oh, that one almost got tipped again, right in front of the net. That's what they need to do, though, right? What they did there on that play. A couple of little short passes, easy passes. Open up the lanes, make Boston skate around a little bit in their zone.
Well, they just got to have people open, too. Like, it just seems that their offense is very lackadaisical at the best, and they're just seem to be kind of waiting around, hoping for somebody in deep to pass it out front for a big one-timer or something.
Yeah, if you don't get the puck moving, it's easy for the defensive team to essentially just swarm the one player with the puck. So if you can have the really short range passes like this where it's super long, the other team can get to it quickly. You'll watch Boston come in and they do these short passes right through the seams, keeping their players all really tight together, and it makes it much more difficult to defend. As we're wrapping up the second period here, I'd like to do a little call out. You know who funds TPC?
I have not a clue. Who funds the TPC network?
TPC Network is completely funded by Patreon. A bunch of members from the community have all come together and graciously donated their time and money to help keep TPC going. You can find out more information at patreon.com/TPC Sports Live. They've got a few different membership levels, and you can donate there and help keep this network going.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at some stats here. Toronto still with only 6 shots on net. I really thought they would have had a little bit more there in that period. Only 2 shots in the period. I'm quite surprised by that. Boston still showing their offensive dominance with 11 shots this period. Hits Toronto start to go in Toronto's way. Only still down by 3. Time on attack is the big story here, I would say, though, Kevin, with almost 4 whole minutes of additional time on the Boston side.
Yeah, you saw briefly there whenever the stats were flashed that showed all where the shots were coming from Boston, and they were just covering the whole bottom end of the Toronto zone. They're not focusing on one particular area. They're able to get control anywhere that they want. They've set up a tent and called the Toronto Maple Leafs zone their home, and they're able to take shots at will from anywhere in there.
And that's just it. Boston has shellacked them, poor Freddie Anderson, from almost every single angle. No 2 goals look alike, and it's just it's hard for a goalie to track that.
A rare icing by Boston, though. We're going to have a face-off in the Boston zone. Hopefully, Toronto will be able to take this to advantage and make this game a little bit interesting. Get some pucks on Rask. At least make him earn his paycheck tonight.
Yeah, they're going to want to... There you go. Wires one, but they're blocked by a Boston player.
Yep. Pass. Toronto looked like they had controller issue. They skated completely away from the puck for a moment. Back in, has control, and they broke back into the zone, but just instantly smothered by 3 players. Nice shot on net. Off the post!
Oh, no!
Just rolls along the goal line, but nobody was there to tap that in. Rask had no idea where that puck was.
None at all.
Toronto's getting some good pressure in here. Lost the puck, unfortunately, but right back to themselves. They can keep it up here. Don't let Boston get a line change. Just push right back in. Fights off a poke check. Got some room. Shoots and scores! Beautiful little snipe up in the top corner there.
Let's take a look at that replay, Kevin. That was a gorgeous little wrister.
Yeah, Tyson Berry coming back in after that fight and just decided to...
Yeah, it looked really good here.
Yeah, he tried to get the team guys early in the first. Couldn't do it with the fight, but maybe he'll be able to do it here with this goal. He just held that. Just holds it, waits, and lets it rip.
Look at that. And nice little bit of a screen out in the front. It looks like Tavares is out there trying to play a little peekaboo with Rask there, and it was successful. And just like that, Leafs cut the deficit to 3.
Yep, let's see if we can snowball this into a little bit of a closer match. Toronto probably feeling quite good after that goal. Gets the monkey off the back. Hopefully they can loosen the grip on the controller a little bit. And they're going to go to the power play.
Looks like a trip call by the looks of it. Let's see a replay here.
Definitely a trip.
Yeah, Krug going to the neck.
Yeah, Nylander just tries to get around him, reaches for the puck, and Nylander goes down, and we've got ourselves a Toronto power play early in the third. This is exactly what they need if they want to get this back.
Hey, Torrey Krug is not unfamiliar with the penalty box.
No, he is not. He has a reserve seat in there, I believe.
I'm pretty sure in Boston it's called the Krug check.
Toronto's going to work it back down to the point. Passes around. He is off. Boston just slaps it out of the zone. They want nothing to do with that puck at the moment. Get it out of here.
Nice clearing attempt there.
Toronto rings it around the board. Oh, but they gave it up. Big long-range shot at Freddie. Freddie kicks it out, no problem. Toronto's going to regroup, try to get their their power play in motion.
Oh.
Odd pass there. Just caught somebody spinning to get onto their forehand. And we have an offside.
And here's the thing why Boston is so successful that you can see Boston is completely controlling that neutral zone, not even letting them try to get a sniff at the Boston zone whatsoever.
Yeah, I agree. It's right. Ooh, that was a good opportunity right there. Still loose. Rask covers up. We're gonna get a face out. That puck was bouncing there for a few moments.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I thought they might have been calling a penalty there, but no, Rask just covered it.
Tavares steps up here. We got Matthews back on the point. Let's see if they can get anything going with what's remaining of this power play. Separates the man from the puck. Comes around, using the point. Big
Ooh.
smash shot there. Didn't quite go in. Boston's going to get this puck and clears it out of the zone. That should wrap up the power play. Freddie's going to push them back out, and they're going to try to get things going before Boston can get resettled. Oh, nice little lift across crease, but there was nobody on the other side. Floating puck comes into Rask. He covers that up. We're going to have another power play. Both teams back to full strength, and we'll get normal lines back out there again.
It just, I don't know if you noticed, but it just seems like the Leafs, looks like Barry's going off. Maybe a slight injury from that fight earlier. He's not liking something.
Yeah, Barry was holding the upper body there pretty badly. You got to wonder what
Broken
impact
rib
that's
or
going to have on the game. But he's right back out in the ice, and we're going to have another face-off.
He's a trooper. Oh, that's going to get by him.
Yep, no icing because Toronto sent it back. They do recover the puck and then just leave it off on the side. Not Tyson Berry, but you break it out and up through neutral into the offensive zone. Boston's, again, just swinging the sticks, managed to get it right in the lane, leaving Toronto no place to go at all. Odd man rush. Lays out across the ice like it's a bed and manages to stop any sort of a dangerous attack happening there. Big pass. Oh, just barely missed that. Rask felt the wind on that as it went by his head.
Just incredible the amount of white shirts there seem to be in every passing lane of Toronto's attempts. It's incredible.
Yep. We have an opportunity here. Toronto breaks in. Back. Should go cross crease. Or no, they're going to blast it. We had a couple bodies in front. Managed to bounce around. Did not quite make it to Rask, but that was a good attempt. Rask wasn't able to get a clean view of that. And we're offside. Tensions are still high. Clifford and Krug are having a little bit of a shoving match there after the whistle. Almost went to a fight.
These are two teams that are very familiar with each other. They love getting in dust-ups, and so do the fans.
Shots are slowly coming up. Toronto's up to 14 shots so far this period, so they've got a little bit more of a jump into their step.
Yeah, they've already doubled their shot input, so they're trying to do something here.
Breaking in, working it around, looking for a cross crease, couldn't find it. Still got lots of bodies though. Letting it rip, keep going. Oh, that one was almost going to be squirted out for a little tap in, but Rask managed to hold on to it and cover it up for the whistle.
It's absolutely insane. Toronto just seems to be like a second or two behind on every single offensive play.
Face-off's tied up. Boston comes away with a win. They break it out. We've got a one-on-one here in the Toronto zone. Little attempt at trying to be fancy with the stick work, and they lose it. Toronto gets out of the zone, back into Boston's, and as they come in, looks like they might be able to get something set up. Quick shot from center of the offensive zone, and misses the net completely. Boston back into Toronto zone. Oh, we're going to get a penalty here. Big trip. Boston takes a shot on net, and they're going to the power play.
Not something Toronto needs right now.
No, this is just going to kill the clock as Travis Dermott goes to the box.
See, a little cheeky little trip there by the looks of it.
Yep.
Not sure why he's putting his stick out there. He wasn't even near him. That was just unnecessary.
Yeah, a reminder to everybody that this is the semifinal for the Tornado Championship Tournament. The winner of this game goes on to meet the winner of the Preds versus the Bolts, which is airing right after this game. And those two teams are going to be facing off for the championship, and that's going to be bounced around all season long. Should be lots of fun. Stay tuned on TPC Sports. We've got lots of fun stuff coming. That was a big shot. Freddie keeping them somewhat in the game, but they've got to start getting some offense soon. There's only under 5 minutes left.
I mean, they're still doing the penalty kill right now, but good thing Freddie is flashing the leather there.
Yep. Boston back to the point, working it around. Toronto properly holding that middle of the ice, looking for some open area, and they just dump it. You can see there was a thought of whether they were going to press and try to get an offensive strike there, and they thought better of it. Boston's back into the Toronto zone. Oh! Nice little one-timer. Bergeron? Is that Bergeron?
I think so. I don't... We'll take a look at the...
no,
Jake
DeBrusk. Yeah, DeBrusk finishes that one off. Just... I think that's going to put the nail in the coffin. I don't see too much chance of Toronto coming back on this one.
I can hear the fat lady starting to warm up now. Let's take a look at this replay. As you can see, they come down just to the left of Anderson, and he had no chance when that went cross crease, and just DeBrusque just buried that bad boy. They're up 5-1. However, it's Boston's first goal since the first period, so
That's true. I mean,
that's something.
defensively, Toronto's been able to shut them down a little bit better over the last little bit. Popped the water bottle right off in that goal too.
It was a power play goal as well.
Yep. So we're back to full strength. Matthews comes out to take off the faceoff, and he wins it. Sorry, no, he loses it. Boston's into the zone, and they're going to keep pressing. They're going to keep the pressure on, not giving it any room to Toronto. It doesn't take long for things to turn around if you let off the gas. So they're going to stay right in the zone, keep moving it around, and Toronto is doing everything they can to get out of the defensive zone and manage to break into Boston's. It's just turned around immediately again, and the ice just seems to be slanted in this direction. All the pucks are rolling down towards Freddie Anderson, and there's not much Toronto seems to be able to do about it as a long-range shot comes in and Freddie covers up.
Yeah, I mean, Meter is just, you could see it here. He's just constantly lifting the stick of every single Leafs player, stopping any momentum that they get, and absolutely just destroying them defensively.
Yeah, the frustration level must be high here in Toronto, and Mater's got all the confidence in the world of how things have gone this game. He's just working it around slowly. There's no pressure on him to score. He's just trying to kill time, keep the puck down on this end so he's out of danger. And we're going to see the end of this game coming up here shortly as we got less than a minute remaining.
I mean, yeah, Meter's just essentially chewing the clock now, waiting for it to time down.
Toronto gets it.
Even if Toronto gets another goal here, I mean,
we had a big hit there. He was slow to get up off the ice, and just crushed him.
Somebody get the number for that Mack truck. Good Lord.
Travis Dermott going back to the bench, going back to the dressing room early after that massive hit, and just adding salt to the wound on that one, I think.
Yeah, I wonder if he just wants to go back because he's like, this is over. I just want to relax.
He's trying to get the equipment change early and get the best of whatever snacks are back there in the dressing room.
Exactly. He wants those orange slices first.
Boston comes back in, just killing off the last half of the last minute of this game. And it looks like Boston's going to be in the finals for the first Tornado Championship. Freddie Anderson with a nice big save.
Not much of a surprise considering Boston was in the first ever TPCHL Championship. I mean, they belong in that role. And again, they're going to have a shot of trying to take away another first championship in this league.
Yeah, I agree. And as much as the score might look as 5-1 here, Freddie Anderson has been incredibly busy, and this could have been a lot worse if he hasn't been making some of these massive saves. So props to Freddie Anderson. And let's see how this is going to close out as Boston's just circling around the net here in the last final seconds of the period. Toronto gets the puck, clears it out. Boston, though, cuts it down in the neutral zone, passes it back to Rask, giving Rask the game puck. And that's the end of the game as we're finalizing this game at 5-1 for Boston, and Boston goes to the championship.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone get your GGs in chat there. Great game by both teams. It was very one-sided in the first period, very, very much even, it seemed, in the second. And then Toronto really came out in the third, but unfortunately it was just not enough with a juggernaut that is that Boston offense this game. And great job to Langell. I'm sure he'll be taking everything he's learned here today from this loss and putting that forward into the season that's upcoming.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, and that's the nice thing about that Tornado Championship is that at some point during the season, at least once, maybe twice, these two teams are going to face off again, and Langell can get his revenge and take that crown back if Boston still happens to have it at that point.
If so Boston wins it.
Yeah, this is exactly, that's true. We still have one more round to go after this for that cup. But stay with us here on TPC Sports. In just a little while, we're going to have another game coming to you, the other semifinal game against the Preds and the Bolts. And that should be a lot of fun. I don't know how they're going to be able to top the excitement that this one had, but it should be interesting to see. We look at these final stats, and it just continues the story we've had all game. Over double the shots, over double the time on attack. Well, I guess not over double, but close to double the time on attack. Yeah. And everything down the line is just all Boston, unfortunately, for Toronto in this game.
Yeah, I mean, Toronto did a great comeback in that third, like I said. You know, props to Anderson. He stopped 31 quality shots. You know, I feel for them. Toronto really came out throwing the body around in the third, but again, it just was all for naught with that neutral zone defense that Boston showed, and DeBrusque with 2 goals, Marchand with 2 assists, and Wagner with 2 assists. I mean, all these guys deserve the stars they got today, and again, you know, great job to Langelo for showing in this tournament, and congratulations to Meter for going to another finals in this league, and I can't wait to see who he's going to be up against, which is happening very shortly.
Yeah, stay tuned for that. That's going to be a fantastic game, and we'll be back with you with the call on that one very soon. So again, Boston 5, Toronto 1 in what was a very, very exciting game, and I can't wait to see how the next one goes. Colby, thank you very much for calling this with me.
Yeah, not a problem, man. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, go to facebook.com/TPC Sports Live for all your TPC sports needs.
All right, folks. My name is Monkey Work. That was Colby. On behalf of TPC Sports, thank you for watching. Stay tuned with us. We will be back with another hockey game, followed by that with a football game as well this evening. If you like sports, this is the place to watch it. Have yourselves a great night.
Peace.